As you know, in China, Redmi has split the Note series into two versions in order to make the phone choice easier for users. The one with the T in its name is biased for more powerful performance. For example, the Note 11T Pro has the strongest SoC of any mid-range phone. Those without a T in their name are biased for other specs that are better. For example, the Note 11 Pro is stronger than 11T Pro in all expected performance. Today we have the Redmi Note 12 Pro, so don't expect too much from its performance this time. The Note 12 Pro is a continuation of the previous generation design. The straight screen, straight back panel with a flat frame feels very much like the Note 11 Pro, but looks very much like the Note 11T Pro, as the lens module is basically an enlarged version of Note 11T Pro. We got the purple version because I wanted to show you the new colorway. This version has a light spot on the back panel, so there should be a lot of girls who will like this color. But I still recommend the white, it looks more pure. The side is still the power fingerprint 2-in-1 button. The top has headphone jack, IR emitter, and NFC, but the SIM card slot does not support TF card expansion. The 187 grams plus the less than 8mm body makes the Note 11 Pro feel not as bad in your hand as you might expect. I would give the Note 12 Pro a good rating for its design, which is good enough for a device priced at $240. This time the screen looks no different from the Note 11 Pro, but in fact there are still some small upgrades. 12 Pro screen uses a flexible OLED screen. The most obvious advantage is that the lower bezel is narrower. From the front, it already looks more beautiful than many $400+ phones. There's no problem with the screen quality, which is still diamond-like pixels. The resolution is 1080p with a 120Hz refresh rate, and it uses a 1920Hz PWM dimming at lower brightness. Support Dolby Vision, peak brightness 900 nits. There's no side view of the blue bias, problem no. Overall, the quality of the screen is superb in the same price range. As I said at the beginning, the Note 12 Pro's performance is on the weak side. It uses Dimensity 1080, MediaTek's latest mid-range chip. Both Antutu and 3D Mark test, all kinds of scores are telling us that it is almost no different from the previous gen Dimensity 920. So what exactly is the level of performance of this chip? Come to see the performance of each game frame rate, you will know. Of course, for the cell phone, PUBG is not a big problem, just follow the usual test. Then there's Genshin Impact, which average FPS less than 40. Look at this frame rate curve, it's like a roller coaster, not a good performance. If you lock the frame rate at 30 FPS, you should be able to run more stable. If you want a cheap phone that can run Genshin smoothly, I would recommend buying a Dimensity 8100 phone, such as the Note 11T Pro. The camera is one of the main focuses of the Note 12 Pro upgrade. While the Pro version doesn't use the latest 200MP main camera, our old friend the IMX76 is not bad. After all, it is also used in Apple's flagship phones. Let's take a look at the filters and art frames that Redmi is focusing on. 7 new film filters have been added to the Note 12 series, all of which add noise to photos while changing the color tendency. Although I'm not a fan of film photography, there are some scenes that would look great using these filters. Especially with the new art frame, people who like film photography will love it. Because the main camera has added OIS this time, the sensor area has also become larger, so the photos in dark light are better than the previous one. Especially the 2x is not blurred at night due to handshake anymore. Even the 5x, the photos can be quite usable. The night mode is also more interesting this time. It doesn't improve the dynamic range, but controls the highlights and makes the dark parts darker. This will make some night scenes look more like they were taken at night, with less noise, which looks good. But some scenes need brighter highlights and it lowers the exposure, such as a neon box, which doesn't look as good as auto mode. And often the color temperature is cool, so if you want to take a good photo at night with the Note 12 Pro, you need a little experience and skill. Macro camera performance is quite poor, not recommended for frequent use. Because the video stability will be a little better with the addition of OIS, but compared to other phones with EIS, it's still not stable enough. The highest shooting specs are 4K 30fps for the main camera and 1080p 30fps for the ultra-wide camera, which is unchanged for the Note 11 Pro. The charging power of the Pro version is still 67 watts and the battery is 5000 mAh, 20 grams lighter than the 11 Pro, and the battery is only 160 mAh smaller, which I think is worth it. The large battery plus the poor performance means that its battery life must be very long-lasting. 5% for TikTok and 1080p video, 4% for PUBG, and 7% for Genshin, a little improvement over 11 Pro Plus. Honestly, I love phones like Note 12 Pro. Getting all aspects right is more value for most people. Because as long as you don't play large 3D games on your phone, this is the phone for you. And at only $240, it's affordable to change your phone even once a year. Every year with a new phone, how cool is that? This is Will from Gizmochina, and we will see you next time.